Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. For tuning in. This isn't really a traditional Vlogmas, as you may have already noticed, but I do appreciate you guys checking in for my budget updates. I think I just bit off more than I could chew at the beginning of this month. I just had a lot going on, and I don't see that slowing down for about another week. So I'm going to continue to do my budget updates, but maybe get a little bit more vloggy and you know, start to incorporate some other more interesting content for some of you. Some of you may not be looking for that kind of thing, but more toward Christmas. So maybe like mid to end of next week, around then. But in the meantime, let's talk about a budget update. Let's talk about some bills, and then I'm going to share with you. I got some makeup and I ordered it on QVC and it came in today, and it's an early Christmas present for myself, so I want to share that with you too. But let's recap just a minute before we get into our January bills. I'm going to show you income for, have this written down in my little notes, income for the month of December, and then that kind of sets the stage for January as well. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that we pay our bills a month in advance. So when I'm dealing with January's budget, I'm actually forecasting and planning out our financial situation for January. So did I say December's budget? You're gonna have to excuse me if I said that wrong. But anyway, and I popped off a nail. How sad. How sad is that? These are press-ons. I have no shame in saying that. My ring is twisted. They're press-ons from, you can get them at Walmart or Target. And yeah, I popped one off right before I did this video, and I'm like, it figures. So let's just get into this. Let's recap just for a moment. My paydays. I get an extra payday twice a year. It usually falls in July and December. So right now I'm looking at the 3rd, the 17th, and the 31st. So if you're new to my channel, I do use real numbers. These are our actual numbers, our actual budget, because as I've explained before, the reason why I use real numbers isn't to have anybody compare or have myself compare to anybody else as far as our income, but also doing this helps me, and then I can use this as an actual tool and use it to plot out and refer to my budget in real numbers. So I don't have to do this twice, because I like keeping a forecast. I like keeping a recap too at the end of the month. It's just really helpful for me. And if you are wondering a little bit more, we are a 2-income family home, and we are debt-free with the exception of our cars, which are leased, and our mortgage. So that wasn't always the case. We had tons of credit card debt and loan debt, but here's where we are right now. So December 8th, which is when I'm filming this, is usually the day between the 7th and the 8th that my husband gets his commission. He is retired, so I know I'm kind of repeating myself for those of you who know this, and I'm calling that a bonus date because we've been waiting. This is our 6th month of waiting for his retirement to kick in. Now he's only 50, and for some of you, you're probably like, oh my gosh, that's old, but for others of you who are probably closer to my age, I'm 47, you realize that 50 is not that old to retire. And the reason why he took the early out, which was an option for him, is because where he worked closed its doors, and we elected not to move locations. So he had the ability to take an early retirement at a reduced rate, but it's not his Social Security. He's not old enough for that. And he did turn 50 this year. So we're just waiting for that to kick in. And the processing time for this has been unbearably long, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed now that it'll be January 1st. And if it comes during the month of December, great. It's usually supposed to come on the 1st of every month though. So he is working a commission-based job. So these are his commission checks. And this is a base rate. So this is not what's considered a draw. If he, say for instance, only sold $1,000 in product this month, he wouldn't have to pay money back. That would be a draw. This is just a base, and it usually should be around $750 instead of $639, and it will go up as soon as his retirement insurance kicks in. So he did have to take the insurance. I could have put him on mine, but not really, because in our state, if you have a full-time job and your job offers you benefits, then like, say for instance his does, then my job is not going to pay for you because you already have an offer of benefits. So I could have done that, but really we couldn't do that. But when his retirement kicks in, it also comes with a benefits package, and then this will go back to up to about $750 twice a month, the 15th and the 30th. So usually I just get paid twice a month as well. But like I said, I get paid every other week, and twice a year, it just so happens to fall that I get 3 pay dates, which I am thrilled. And like I said, that usually falls in July and December every year. So this is November was a really bad month for sales in the industry that my husband is in. And, you know, we're okay with it. I mean, I'm not saying I love it, you know, I'm not saying, oh, that's great, you know, and we don't need the money. But I mean, we're okay. We're going to, you know, be fine and get by. But I'll explain this to you. So his amount was $598.63. So that's not what he sold. He sold that plus $1,600 before taxes. This would be $800 before taxes and insurance. This would be $800 before taxes and insurance. So he sold this plus $1,600, but they take the $1,600 base out of the commission every single month. So they don't pay you for it twice. This is just an insurance, like say you were to sell nothing. Of course, they wouldn't want to keep you around if you had lots of months like that. But if you sold nothing, you'd still at least be guaranteed the $1,600, of course, minus taxes and insurance if you're paying insurance. So what they do is they take your commission, whatever that may be, and then they subtract $800 and $800. They subtract taxes, and then you're left with this amount right here. So it's been much, much better earlier this year, like when I wasn't filming. This number was much higher, usually around like $4,000, you know, on average, never less than 3. But this is the worst month yet, including the first month that he actually was eligible to make commissions. So I don't know what it was about November, but it just wasn't a solid month. So this is what we're looking at for the entire month of December. And I want to show you guys a little bit more about our utilities and our fixed expenses in my next video. So I'm going to get into that. So what I've done here is I've already plotted out a little page schematic to get into this, and I've numbered our fixed expenses. And then of course I'm going to add our variable expenses, and I'm going to estimate for those. Our fixed expenses I pretty much know to the penny, but our variables like food, groceries, clothing, gifts, gifting, when I say gifting, I mean like, you know, donations, all that is much more liquid, fluid, what am I trying to say? Variable. So I'm going to go over our fixed expenses, and then I will estimate our variable expenses along with that in my next video. But I wanted to show you first what we're working with. So what is this amount all going to cover? And I don't have my calculator here, but I'll come back and do that. So what is this all going to cover? Okay, so this total here is all going to cover January bills, Christmas presents, our Christmas budget. Our Christmas budget is pretty high, but I have together between us, between nieces and nephews and godchildren, I mean, we're in the double digits. So we budget quite high for Christmas when we are able to. Also want to make donations. So we do have some of that planned out. but we buy for our siblings, we buy for, you know, our moms and people at work. We have gift exchanges that we're a part of, and I have friends that I buy for. He has friends that he buys for. You know, it's like you get together and, you know, you make an evening of it. You go to dinner, you know, you go out with your friends and you either do a gift exchange. This is how we do it. We either do a gift exchange or we bring something small for everybody, but it all adds up. And I also incorporate into our Christmas budget our food for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, if we're going out to eat at all. Everything that goes into the holidays as far as planning and buying gifts and donations and everything that we're a part of, I add into our Christmas budget. So I can do a separate video on that if you guys are interested. But everybody's Christmas budget and everybody's Christmas spending is so different. And it's really not anything to compare, in my opinion, because nobody's situation is the same as another person's, you know, as far as family members, friends, co-workers, how much gifting you do, how much donating you do, and things like that. So it's really not something I think that would be beneficial to get into in depth, but you guys let me know what you think. So I'm going to, how can I do this? I mean, I'd have to do some good old-fashioned, let's see. This would be like 1800, and let's say this is like 4400 plus 1800. I am grossly estimating, and I don't even think it's even gonna come close, but we're at about 6200, and that's probably way off. Many of you guys probably have your calculators out and we're gonna screenshot this and let me know, but I don't know. I'm just like kind of staring at it and thinking, in my head, I don't know, it's probably less than this, but I'm just gonna say maybe our total's around 6,200, but I'm gonna plug that in when I finish this video. And I'm so mad at myself because I bought a brand new calculator at Walmart 2 nights ago and I don't have it out for this video. See, that's how you know I'm not yet in video mode. I don't have my you-know-what together yet. But anyways, I thought that you might enjoy this little recap, and also I will be so thrilled to have to come back to this and update this retirement check. But guys, I really don't think I'm going to have to. I don't think it's going to come in December. Fingers crossed for January. So, if some of you guys are just tuning in and you haven't seen my videos in a while, I also want to let you know I did pay off my student loans in the summer, and that was almost $10,000. And so we used our savings for that, and our savings left over is not that impressive, but for me, anything left over is impressive after we got rid of all our credit cards and loans and student loans and medical bills and all those obligations. I feel like having anything left over is a win, in my opinion. I know everybody thinks differently, but all right, so I want to show you my early Christmas presents to myself. So my husband and I don't get really heavily into gifting lots of things to each other for the holidays, just because we have so much else that we buy for. And we have a major gift that we want to do in January. So I will talk a bit more about that if it happens, but it's for my mom, so we'll see. But in the meantime, sometimes I watch QVC as entertainment, and I'm embarrassed to say that. No, I'm not. Sometimes I just put on for company, like if I'm doing something else or if I'm like actually doing work. I like to have, you know, something on in the background, a little background noise. So I had this on this was like a week ago, I guess. And they had a whole show dedicated to MAC. And I haven't bought MAC makeup and I can't tell you how long. I mean, I want to say it's probably like 2010 since I actually bought anything at a MAC counter. And MAC, in my opinion, had its heyday in the early 2000s. I mean, people went crazy over it. And now you find it on QVC. I'm not saying that that's a downgrade, but I don't think they would have been selling themselves on QVC before 2010. That's just my opinion. But anyways, I thought this was beautiful. This is the Art Library, and it's an eyeshadow kit. And what's nice about it is they give you all the names of the eyeshadows, and I see, I see powder, and I don't like that because if anything is dusty or cracked, I'm going to be aggravated. But they give you all the names of the shadows, and this pan is refillable. So if you want to, oh, that is shadow. I don't even want to open this. There's shadow all over it. But anyways, if you see on the back here, I'm putting off the inevitable of opening this. These are all the colors that are in it, and they also sell these individually, so you can refill this if you wanted to. But what are we looking at here? I'm scared. Oh, okay, well, it's not bad. No, it's fine. I mean, if one of these was cracked, I was gonna have an issue, but they're not cracked. I really thought this was a really pretty palette because the older I get, the more neutral I get as far as my makeup goes. And so I thought, what a nice treat. And the fact that it's refillable is kind of what sold me on it, because I like the idea of reusing this nice plastic palette and not buying so much extra plastic. But I'm not an environmentalist. I'm not going to sit here and say I intentionally bought it just because of that, but that is a bonus. And then the next thing I got, it came with a brush. This must be it. No, it came with a mask. Oh my gosh, they both came with a mascara. Okay, that's all right. I can keep one in my purse and I can keep one at home. All right, so this one came with a mascara, and then these liners came with a mascara. So let me show you separately. This is in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. And here's what the tube looks like. I like the little MAC logo on it. So let's see what the brush looks like. Some of you are like, who cares? But I really like makeup. Oh, that's nice. So you can see a little bit closer. The brush is really, really fine. The bristles are really fine. All right, so that is very nice. I actually bought it just for the shadows, but that's a bonus. If I really was feeling generous, I would give one of these too, or I would give the mascaras to my nieces, because my mascara costs less than $5, and I used to be hooked on Lancome Hypnose mascara, which I honestly don't think anyone does mascara like Lancome, but I now use Essence, and it's less than $5, and I use the one with the purple and black tube, and I'll tell you, it gives Lancome a run for its money. It's that good. And if you're looking for it, I think Walmart sells Essence, but I get mine at Ulta, and it's still less than $5 even at Ulta. So this is the Smolder, and I used to have one of these back in the day, and this is just a really, really nice pigmented black eyeliner. I don't use a lot of black eyeliner, but I like using it on the upper lid and kind of smoking it out. I don't like any harsh lines on this face anymore because, like I said, the older I get, the more ridiculous that looks on me. And then this also came with a brown one. And does it have a name, or Teddy? Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm sure it's exactly the same. I would say this is probably more my speed. Oh, this is like a nice bronzy. Oh, that's really nice. And it goes on so smooth. That's the best thing about MAC eyeliners that I remember, is that there's no tugging or pulling. This is a makeup channel now, didn't you know? All right, so this is the Hot and Naughty Waterproof Lash. So, oh, that's an interesting tube. It kind of looks like it's missing a cap, because some like CoverGirl mascaras come with the cap on the side, and this is like a filler or something, or maybe that's Maybelline. This is weird. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that, dramatic. Now, does this part screw off too? See, I didn't see the whole show, the whole demonstration. Oh, it does. Oh, this is like a, so it's a dual brush. Okay. All right. Well, that can be interesting. I don't use a lot of waterproof mascara. I don't know. It's hard to get off too. But anyways, early Christmas presents to yours truly. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm very excited about this. I'm just finishing up my Urban Decay. I didn't even clean this up. I'm finishing up my Urban Decay Naked Basics 2. It's a little palette. And it's my favorite neutrals, but I think this is going to be nice because this is like neutrals plus. So gives you some more color options. And that's that. That's my makeup haul. That's my December forecast and getting into January budget. And I will be back, I think, tomorrow. And I'll be filming the other part of that, which is my January fixed expenses, which I am working on as we speak. And that's it. So I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. And all you guys who tell me you're watching till the end, I love it. Because, you know, I just never know. I mean, I never know if, like, what I get into being chatty is, like, you know, where people tune out or they're like, don't talk, we just want to hear budget. But yeah, I don't know, but I really appreciate you guys, and I'm really looking forward into sharing some vlogging moments as we get closer to Christmas and when I get my break from work. So I'm going to be taking some time off. So I'm really, really going to be able to devote a lot to this channel. And I am so looking forward to that. And I am so looking forward to reconnecting with all of you. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.